Hey everyone, and welcome back to AI Brief for episode 16. I'm Amin.
And I'm Leah.
We have got an absolutely incredible deep dive lined up for you all today. So much to unpack. We'll be looking at this new AI wearable that is making some really bold claims, but we'll also be looking at some other super interesting developments in AI more broadly. Advancements in visual effects, open source language models, and even a potential massive leap forward in chip performance.
Yeah, it feels like almost every day there's something new and groundbreaking happening in the AI world.
It really does, and that's why we're here to break it all down for you.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in, and we'll start with a company called Based Hardware. They just launched this new AI wearable called Omi, and they're saying it's going to be much more than just your typical smartwatch.
Omi is being designed to be like this always-on companion that is constantly listening and learning to try and help you be more productive. And one of the features that's getting a lot of attention is its early brain interface technology.
Yeah, so no more saying, hey, Siri, or okay, Google. This thing is supposed to actually be able to detect when you want to communicate with it.
Exactly. And they're saying that that's going to make the interaction so much more seamless. Like you'll be able to use it to summarize meetings, get information on the fly, and really just kind of streamline your whole day.
I mean, it sounds amazing in theory,
Yeah.
right? Especially that open source approach that they're taking. That's something we haven't really seen with a lot of these other AI wearables.
Yeah, they already have like over 250 apps available in their app store. Plus, it integrates with all the major AI models.
So they're really trying to create a whole ecosystem around this thing. And Omi's founder, Nick Shevchenko, I mean, he's not shying away from bold predictions. Let's just say that. He's saying they'll have thought reading capabilities within 2 years.
2 years? I mean, that's incredibly ambitious. Like, is that even possible? But you know, this does kind of remind me of his last attempt at an AI wearable. You remember Friend?
Oh, yeah. How can we forget Friend? I mean, the name, the whole saga, the diss track.
I think it's safe to say that changing the name to Omi was probably a good call.
Definitely. But even with a less controversial name, are people actually ready for this kind of AI integration in their lives?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it could be super convenient, but then there's the whole privacy issue, right? A device that's always listening, always learning, potentially even accessing our thoughts. It's a lot to think about.
It is. It's definitely raising a lot of questions. But maybe we can shift gears a bit and talk about another area where AI is really starting to push the boundaries of it. Visual effects. Adobe just announced this new AI system called TransPixar, and it can generate like really realistic, transparent effects for videos.
It's crazy what it can do. And we're not just talking about like simple filters or anything like that. This thing can do smoke reflections, even those like portal effects you see in sci-fi movies.
I know, it's mind-blowing. And it's all designed to blend in perfectly with the original footage. Can you imagine what this is going to do for filmmakers and video creators?
The possibilities are endless, right? And we could completely change how we make movies and videos.
It really could, especially if it lives up to its potential. This could make creating high-end visual effects way more accessible and way less time-consuming and expensive.
So maybe we'll see a future where anyone can create Hollywood-level special effects right from their laptop. I kind of love that. And speaking of democratizing powerful tools, we have to talk about what Microsoft is doing with their Phi-4 language model.
Yeah, this was huge news. They're making Phi-4 open source. And this is a big deal because it was already known for being incredibly good at math and reasoning tasks, even better than some of the bigger models out there, like GPT-4 and Gemini Pro.
And now anybody can access it and use it because they've made it available on Hugging Face.
What's really interesting about Phi-4, though, is that it was mainly trained on synthetic data, not all that web scrape stuff that a lot of these other models use. And apparently that's a big part of why it's performing so well.
So is this going to change how we train AI models in the future? Is synthetic data the key to unlocking even higher levels of performance? Maybe.
Yeah.
It's going to be fascinating to see how this all plays out. And speaking of huge advancements, there's also this bombshell announcement from Nvidia.
Yeah, they say they've shattered Moore's law. You know that whole idea that chip performance doubles every 2 years?
Yeah. So Nvidia's CEO, Jensen Huang, he's claiming that their new AI chip is 30 times faster than the previous generation. 30x. If that's true, that's a game changer.
I mean, it's hard to even wrap your head around that kind of improvement. What does that even mean for the future of things like smartphones and self-driving cars and everything in between?
Like, are we about to see a whole new era of accelerated technological progress? It's exciting and a little bit terrifying all at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, a 30x improvement is impressive. There's no doubt about that. But I'm kind of curious to see how it actually performs in the real world. I mean, there are always other bottlenecks in a system that could hold things back.
All right, so it's not just about raw chip power. It's about how all the pieces fit together. But either way, I think it's safe to say that Nvidia is shaking things up. And speaking of shaking things up, CES 2025 just wrapped up, and it was like a whirlwind of AI innovation. It's clear that AI is becoming more and more integrated into every aspect of our lives.
It really is. Like every industry you can think of is finding new ways to use AI. And what was really cool to see at CES was the sheer variety of applications. Like it's not just about self-driving cars and robots anymore.
Definitely not. It's healthcare,
Yeah.
it's education, it's even things like parenting and pet care. I mean, we saw it all at CES.
We did. It's pretty amazing. And one area that I thought was particularly interesting was healthcare. We've talked before about the potential of AI in healthcare, but this startup, Movano, they're taking it to a whole new level. They've created a chatbot that's specifically trained on medical journals.
Wow. So instead of just Googling your symptoms, you could actually have a conversation with this AI and get information that's backed by real medical research. That could be a game changer for how people access healthcare information.
Absolutely. And they're integrating this chatbot with their EV smart ring, so you can potentially get personalized health insights based on your own data.
So it's not just generic advice, it's tailored to you. That's pretty incredible. And it's not just healthcare that's becoming more personalized thanks to AI. We saw some really interesting examples at CES of how AI is being used to create more customized experiences in all sorts of areas.
Yeah, like Panasonic, for example, they're launching this AI-powered coach for parents. And it's designed to help with things like managing schedules, creating meal plans, even reminding you to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
It's basically like having a personal assistant for all things parenting.
Which I'm sure a lot of parents would appreciate.
Mhm.
And then for our furry friends, there's this Satellite smart collar. It uses AI for dog training, but it also monitors things like heart rate and breathing.
I mean, it's amazing to see how far we've come. And even Delta Airlines is getting in on the AI action. They unveiled this AI concierge at CES that's designed to basically streamline your entire travel experience. It can handle things like rebooking flights, optimizing connections, and even assigning gates.
So hopefully no more frantic dashes across the airport to catch your connecting flight. That would be a welcome change. But it's not all sunshine and roses in the world of AI. Microsoft actually had to roll back some AI features in Bing after users reported issues with quality. It's a good reminder that even with all the progress we're making, AI development is still very much a work in progress.
Yeah, and that sometimes taking a step back is necessary to make sure that these systems are actually beneficial and that they're not causing more harm than good. I mean, we've seen a lot of hype around AI, but it's important to remember that it's still a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Exactly. And it's up to us humans to make sure that we're developing and using it responsibly. But let's get back to some of the more positive developments. I was really excited to see what Nvidia is doing with their next generation ACE autonomous game characters. They were showing them off at CES, and these are NPCs that are powered by smaller, more specialized language models.
Which means they can interact with players in a more natural, more human-like way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that could really change the way we experience video games. Imagine a world where the characters you interact with feel truly alive and they respond to you in a way that feels genuine and unscripted. That's what NVIDIA is aiming for.
And then there's Engine AI's SEO-1 humanoid robot. Have you seen the footage of that thing moving?
Oh, yeah. The Chinese robotics firm, right?
Yeah.
It's incredible how fluid and natural its movements are. It's almost eerie how lifelike it is.
It really does make you wonder what the future holds for robotics. Like, are we going to reach a point where robots are so advanced that they can seamlessly integrate into our lives and our workplaces? I mean, we've already seen that robot-friendly office building in South Korea where robots deliver coffee and have their own dedicated elevators.
Yeah, it's definitely a fascinating glimpse into a possible future. But for now, let's maybe shift our focus to some of the more practical AI tools that are emerging, things that can actually help us be more productive in our day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
One that caught my eye is Test Sprite. It's an AI agent that's specifically designed to automate software testing processes.
Oh, that's cool. That could be a huge time saver for developers.
It really could. And then there's Agent Space, which uses AI to basically create these little marketing agents that can operate autonomously. So it's like having a whole team of marketers working for you 24/7.
That's amazing. And for those of us who are constantly trying to catch up on our reading list, there's two reads. It's like an AI-powered reading companion that helps you comprehend and retain information more effectively. So it's kind of like having a study buddy that can highlight key concepts and help you remember the important stuff.
I love that idea. It's like AI for your brain. And those are just a few examples. There are so many amazing AI tools out there that can help us streamline our workflows and free up our time for more creative and strategic tasks. Like for content creation, there's your interviewer, which can help generate interview content. And then there's Power Apps, which can help businesses embed AI into their existing applications.
And it's not just for big companies either. Platforms like TikTok are making it possible for anyone to build and embed GPT-4 apps on their websites, even if they don't know how to code.
And then there's Peach, which uses AI to automate the creation of branded videos. So you don't need a big budget or a fancy production team to create professional-looking videos anymore. It's pretty cool. And speaking of content creation, there's also Phrase, which uses AI to help you create content that's optimized for search engines.
And Leka, which lets you customize AI agents for all sorts of different tasks, from sales and customer support to social media management and even software development. It's crazy how much you can do with AI these days.
I know, it's mind-blowing. And it's not just about work either. There are also AI tools that are focused on personal well-being and productivity, like Project Ambience, which uses AI to create personalized soundscapes that can help you focus or relax. It's kind of like having a personal DJ for your workday.
I love that. And for anyone who's looking for a new job or maybe just wants to get some insights into their career path, there's Career Check. It uses AI to analyze your skills and experience, and it gives you personalized recommendations and areas for improvement.
It's like having a career coach in your pocket. And then there's Micro One, which is a platform that connects businesses with pre-vetted software engineers and handles all the administrative stuff like payroll and benefits.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. So it's like a one-stop shop for finding and hiring top tech talent.
Exactly. And finally, there's Global SEO, which uses AI to help businesses launch their websites globally with translations that are optimized for multilingual search engine optimization.
So no more clunky translations that make your website look unprofessional in other countries. That's a game changer for businesses that want to expand their reach internationally. I mean, it's really incredible to see all the different ways that AI is being used to make our lives easier and more efficient.
It really is. And it's just the beginning. We're only scratching the surface of what's possible with AI. So buckle up, because the future is going to be wild. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI.
It's been a fascinating conversation.
As always. And for all of you listening out there, we hope you learned something new today. And we hope you'll join us again next time for another deep dive into the latest developments and trends in artificial intelligence.
Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and stay connected.
We'll see you all next time.